Mia. You got a minute? I have something to announce.
Abby? Wow, it's been a while. What kind of announcement?
I'm getting married.
Oh, that? Oh, congrats.
Excuse me?
Is something wrong?
I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that congrats felt incredibly dull. Is that seriously all you've got to say?
What else do you expect?
I don't know, maybe ask about the guy I'm marrying? You know, like any normal sibling would.
I'm not really interested.
What is your problem?
I said I'm not interested. That's it.
Oh, now I get it. You're just jealous, aren't you?
Jealous?
Totally makes sense. You're still single, probably forever. Didn't graduate high school, hanging out at the bottom of the barrel. And now your younger sister, me, is getting married and has a college degree. It must eat you alive.
Right.
Don't even try to deny it. You always throw around that fake noble excuse. Oh, I dropped out to support my family so Abby could go to college. Please. That's just a pretty cover for the truth. We both know you just weren't smart enough to finish school. Plain and simple.
Even if I said that's not true, you'd just roll your eyes and say I'm pretending, wouldn't you?
Exactly. See, you do know how this works. I am actually relieved. That makes this next part a lot easier.
What part?
About the wedding. Don't come.
Excuse me?
You heard me. Don't show up to my wedding.
Because
having a high school dropout for an older sister is embarrassing. Totally bottom tier. I am not introducing you to my fiancé's family. They're all highly educated, professional, respectable people. You don't belong in that picture.
You're seriously planning to exclude your own sister?
Oh, come on. Don't be so dramatic. You can just conveniently catch a cold that day or something. No one needs to know the real reason. You stay home, stay quiet, and we avoid an awkward situation.
So you're not even going to pretend I don't exist? You'll just explain my absence away?
I wanted to say I didn't have a sister, believe me. But I figured it might get tricky once family gatherings start happening. You know, someone might ask where the older sister is. So I'm playing it safe, keeping it strategic.
Wow, so thoughtful of you.
You're welcome. Anyway, once I lock in the wedding date, I'll give you a heads up. Make sure to clear your schedule so you can stay out of sight. And make absolutely sure you don't get caught pretending to be sick. Got it?
Yeah, got it. Now, can I go back to work?
Work? At this hour? Your job must be a total sweatshop. So sad.
I've got a conference call with overseas partners. The time difference means I have to align with their schedule.
You don't have to keep up this act. We both know high school dropouts don't land jobs that involve international meetings, let alone with overseas companies. Nice try, though. That's adorable.
So, is that everything?
What?
I asked if that's all you wanted to say, because I've really got to go.
You can't just ignore my messages like this. I am not done talking to you.
Well, I'm done. Enjoy your wedding and your ego trip. Bye. Abby, we need to talk. Why didn't you tell me about the family meeting with your fiancé's side yesterday?
Oh, Mom told you, huh? Guess I forgot to tell her to keep it quiet. Oops.
Oops? Really? You deliberately kept me out of it. Then you went and told everyone I skipped it because I hate educated people, don't get along with others, and that I resent having a younger sister with a college degree. What kind of twisted lie is that?
Well, I mean, come on. Everyone in my fiancé's family has degrees from top universities. I wasn't exactly dying to parade my dropout sister in front of them, you know.
So your solution was to lie? To smear me? You built this entire false version of me and then just casually dropped it onto your in-laws' dinner conversation like it was fact?
What's the big deal? It's not entirely false, is it?
What?
I mean, you are a high school dropout. That's a fact. And don't pretend you've never envied me. A degree, a stable future, a fiancé, everything you couldn't get.
Envy? Sure, I'd be lying if I said having a degree wouldn't have opened a few more doors, but I made a conscious choice. I chose to start working to support the family. I don't regret that.
That's ridiculous.
I've heard the snide remarks. I've seen the judgmental looks. It wasn't easy being so young in the workforce, always behind in social status, never quite fitting in. But at the same time, I grew in ways you never did. I've been managing responsibilities, real ones, since you were still figuring out how to cram for midterms. So no, I don't carry any shame about my path.
Blah, blah, blah. Spare me the noble sacrifice speech. You sound just like some martyr out of some bad TV drama.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm telling you why your little made-up story at the dinner table crossed a line.
You still don't get it, do you? I don't want you involved. You're embarrassing. And your whole I'm proud of my life thing, please. You're still at the bottom of the food chain. Meanwhile, I'm marrying into a family of doctors, lawyers, engineers, people who actually matter.
Wow, that's how you see them? As social trophies?
Why else would I go to college? To end up like you?
You're right about one thing. Lying about me was a strategic move. But pretending I don't exist, you knew that wouldn't hold up. Eventually people talk, someone would have found out. That's why you kept me in your story, even if you twisted the facts to fit your narrative.
Like I said, not all twisted. You are the less educated one, and you'll never convince me you're totally fine with that. Every time you see me with someone you couldn't get, it must sting a little.
If you believe that, I feel sorry for you. I've built a life I'm proud of. I have a job I care about. I support myself without leaning on anyone. I've made hard choices and live with the consequences. That takes strength, not a diploma.
God, you just love lecturing people, don't you? You seriously think all that makes up for the fact that you don't even finish high school?
I don't need to make up for anything. I'm not trying to compete with you, Abby. You're the only one turning this into a contest.
And yet somehow you think you still deserve to show your face at my wedding? My in-laws deserve better than to be introduced to someone like you.
What they deserve is honesty. What they're getting is a carefully constructed illusion you're desperate to maintain. You don't want them to meet me because I remind you of everything you're pretending not to be.
You're seriously unbelievable. You think being a dropout makes you special?
No, but it makes me real. Something your fiancé's family is going to figure out soon enough, whether you like it or not.
Whatever. I don't need your approval, and I sure as hell don't need your face ruining my big day.
Let's be clear. Whether or not I attend your wedding, you will set a proper meeting between me and your fiancé's family. It's basic respect. Unless you're planning to lie to them for the rest of your life.
Ugh, forget it. Once this wedding is over, I'm cutting you off. No more calls, no more family stuff. We're done.
If that's what you need to feel in control, then go ahead. Just know this. Your wedding might be a one-day event, but your lies, they'll be sticking around a lot longer.
I'll take my chances. Let's see how much realness gets you when everyone else is moving up in life and you're still stuck serving coffee or whatever dead-end job you're hiding behind.
It's interesting, Abby. You're terrified of being seen with someone like me, yet so obsessed with making sure I know exactly what you're doing, you're not cutting me off. You're clinging to this superiority fantasy like it's your oxygen.
Say whatever makes you feel better, Mia. Just don't forget, you mess with me, and I'll make sure everyone knows just how far you've fallen.
Do your worst. I've been through worse things than your tantrums, and unlike you, I have nothing to hide.
Excuse me, Section Chief. I'm sorry to barge in all of a sudden. I'm Carter from the planning department.
Oh, good morning. It's rare to get a message from someone in planning. Is something wrong?
Well, may I ask why you didn't attend your younger sister's wedding today?
What? I don't recall ever discussing my sister's wedding with anyone at the office.
Oh, my apologies. I should have introduced myself more clearly. I'm Abby's fiancé.
You're, what?
Yes. Actually, I just found out today through a mutual friend that you're Abby's sister. Up until now, I simply thought your names were a coincidence. I mean, I did wonder a few times, but everything Abby's ever said about her sister, it was so completely unlike the kind of person you seem to be. So I assumed it was just a case of matching names.
I see.
I apologize for not confirming this sooner. It was careless of me.
You don't have to apologize. The truth is, it's not inaccurate to say that my sister and I aren't exactly on good terms, so please don't blame yourself. Though I have to admit, I'm surprised, too. Of all people, her fiancé.
If you wouldn't mind, could I speak with you a little more? Only if it's not too much trouble.
Speak with me?
Yes, I understand you came into the office today, even though it's a weekend, but over here at the wedding venue, we were told you were out sick. And, well, knowing the kind of person you are, it didn't quite add up. You're always courteous and conscientious, certainly not someone who would skip something important without reason. My parents and I were just talking about it, actually. We feel there might be more to this story than we've been told.
I see.
Would you be willing to explain what really happened?
If I had to sum it up in one sentence, I guess you could say I was disowned by my family.
Disowned?
That's not a metaphor. Abby made it very clear she didn't want me at the wedding. She said my presence would humiliate her. That a woman like me, someone without a degree, someone who entered the workforce early, wasn't fit to be seen by people like your family.
She said that?
She went as far as to fabricate an entirely new version of me. She told everyone I refused to come because I'm bitter and jealous, because I supposedly hate educated people, that I couldn't bear to be around her happiness. That's what she told your family, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I heard, but it felt off. Even before we met today, something about that story didn't sit right with me. Now I understand why.
When you first messaged me just now, I thought it was going to be some workplace-related issue. I never imagined we were connected this way. But I'm glad you came forward. You deserve the truth.
Thank you for your honesty. I know this might be deeply personal, but would you be willing to come to the venue?
The venue?
Yes, I'd like to hear the full story, and frankly, I think my parents should hear it too. They've been asking about you. They're confused, especially since you were originally listed as a family member, then suddenly removed with no explanation.
Abby planned everything that way. She wanted me cut out of the picture, but not so completely that it would raise suspicion. She told me directly, don't show up, don't make a scene, and don't let anyone know you're missing. She wanted me erased, quietly and cleanly.
I'm honestly at a loss for words.
She's your fiancé, Carter. I don't want to cause you unnecessary pain on what should be a joyful day. But she didn't just lie to you. She weaponized the truth and distorted it until it suited her image.
You're not causing any pain. You're shedding light. And if I'm about to join a family based on a foundation of lies, I need to know. I can't go into marriage with blinders on.
You really care about her, don't you?
I did. I thought I knew who she was. I believed she was strong, honest, and capable. But I never imagined she was capable of this. And now I don't know what to think. So please, if you're willing, would you come? Help me understand what's really going on?
I'll come. I'll tell you everything face to face. No more lies.
Thank you, truly. We'll be waiting for you at the venue.
All right, I'll head over now.
Mia, was this your doing? Why aren't you answering? Say something already.
What? The groom just told me the wedding is off. He said some vague thing about what he learned from you, and now everything's falling apart. What the hell is going on? Are you seriously that jealous of my happiness that you decided to sabotage my big day?
I already spoke to your sister and apologized to her.
Huh? Who is this?
It's me, your fiancé.
What?
Let's move this conversation to my phone. We need to talk now.
Carter? Why were you with Mia? What the hell were you two doing?
She told me the real reason why she didn't come to the wedding.
She was sick. I told everyone. She had to cancel last minute because she got sick.
She wasn't sick, Abby. She was at work. She was scheduled for a full day of weekend duty.
What? Work? On a Sunday?
Yeah, surprised me too. But it turns out your sister's the head of general affairs at my company.
What?
Yeah, I only found out this morning. I always thought it was just a coincidence that she shared your last name, but today someone connected the dots for me, and I realized I never properly looked into your family.
Wait. She's head of a department? But she's a middle school graduate. That's impossible.
You really believe that someone's education defines their entire future? That's a hell of a narrow view, Abby.
I mean, let's be real. A middle school dropout can't really do anything important. I mean, come on, what could someone like her possibly contribute?
That's where you're wrong. Mia is one of the most capable people in the company. She's earned every professional certification the company requires voluntarily. She's trusted by every department, including the board. Our CEO personally promoted her. Do you understand what that means?
Wait, what? The CEO?
Yup. In fact, Mia is currently dating our CEO.
You've got to be kidding me. There's no way that's true. And even if it is, he is clearly being fooled. She's probably faked her records or something. There's no way someone like her.
Watch it. You've been saying middle school graduate like it's a slur, and frankly, it's disgusting. For the record, the founder of our company, our CEO's father, was a middle school graduate too. Built the company from the ground up. No college, no formal higher education.
You're joking.
I'm not. Oh, and by the way, my older brother is a middle school grad too.
Wait, what? You said your brother was in upper management?
He is. He's a regional manager for a nationwide franchise chain. Been in the role for years. He's respected, trusted, and successful.
But that's not possible. How can someone with no degree rise that high?
Are you hearing yourself? Do you think there's some law that says only people with degrees can succeed?
Well, no, but...
But what? You talk like anyone without a university diploma is trash, like they don't deserve to succeed. That mindset is the reason I can't go through with this wedding.
What are you saying?
I'm saying I can't marry someone who judges people by their academic background. Someone who sees middle school graduate and instantly thinks bottom of society. Someone who looked at her own sister and decided she wasn't good enough to even attend the wedding.
But she is bottom tier. She's been stuck doing grunt work since she was a teenager.
That grunt work is what kept your family afloat. Did you even know? Your sister was set to attend one of the top high schools in the state. She was smart, ambitious, and determined. But just before graduation, your dad's business collapsed, your mom's health worsened, and she could barely manage a part-time job, so Mia gave up everything. Her education, her future, her personal dreams. She let all of it go so she could start working and support you all. Sound familiar? Because that's exactly what my brother did for me. He took a job right out of middle school so that I could go to college, so I could chase my dreams while he held the line. And I will never look down on him for that. I'm proud of him, just like you should be proud of Mia.
I didn't know all that.
You didn't care to know. You were too busy building up this fake version of yourself to impress everyone, and in the process you steamrolled over the one person who deserved better. You cut her out of your life like she was some inconvenient stain on your perfect image.
I was just trying to protect myself.
From what? The shame of having a selfless, loyal, hardworking sister? The shame of being loved by someone who sacrificed everything for you?
You don't understand. I didn't want people whispering about her in the crowd. I didn't want them judging me because of her.
So you judged her first. You tried to erase her, slander her, and make her seem like a bitter, jealous outcast. You wanted to succeed alone. Well, guess what? You've got your wish now.
You're breaking up with me?
I already told you this wedding is off. I'm calling it here and now.
No, you can't. Not over this.
Not over this? Abby, if this is how you treat your own family, what kind of partner do you think you'll be? What happens when my brother comes around? Or my mom, who didn't go to college either? Will you insult them behind their backs too?
I wouldn't.
I don't believe you, and frankly, I'm not willing to take that chance.
Please don't do this.
I've already made the announcement to the venue. I'll be heading back in now to formally apologize to the guests for canceling.
Wait, Carter, please.
Also, I'll be contacting a lawyer about the aftermath. I suggest you do the same. There are financial details to settle.
Wait, please, just give me a chance to explain.
No. Goodbye, Abby.
And so, my younger sister's engagement came to an abrupt and messy end after her true nature was exposed. The wedding was officially called off, and since they hadn't registered the marriage yet, Carter, her would-be groom, thankfully escaped without any legal or financial burdens tied to a divorce. Honestly, that was probably the only good thing to come out of the whole ordeal. Not long after, a hefty invoice arrived for the canceled wedding expenses, venue fees, deposits, catering, all non-refundable. My sister, now facing the consequences of her actions, had no choice but to begin paying it off in installments from her modest salary. She had invited several of her coworkers to the wedding, and once word spread about what really happened, her reputation at the office was completely destroyed. Apparently, she had already been struggling at work and was seen as an underperformer, so this scandal just sealed her fate. She ended up resigning shortly afterward, unable to bear the humiliation. Our parents were absolutely livid to have remained that way. They outright refused to let her move back home. As a result, she's now living alone in a cheap, run-down apartment, scraping by on daily temp jobs just to cover her rent and keep up with the repayment demands. From what I hear, she's barely making ends meet, and the stress is starting to show. In the end, she's learning the hard way that actions have consequences, and there's no shortcut to escaping the mess she created. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.